We're going to go ahead and get started here. Mace, it's good to have this opportunity to interview you and talk to you a little bit about this book. And why don't you tell me a little bit about what's happening in your world?
Sure. Well, I run an organization called SAFER, which is the only organization right now in the country that's working exclusively to educate the public about the fact that marijuana is safer than alcohol, not only to the people who use it, but to society in general. And we've written a book titled Marijuana is Safer, So Why Are We Driving People to Drink? I wrote along with Paul Armentano at Normal and Steve Fox at the Marijuana Policy Project. And the book really brings all these facts to light and begs the question of, if marijuana is safer, why on earth would our government prefer we use alcohol? Marijuana and alcohol are the two most popular recreational substances in our society. They've been used by people and cultures for thousands of years. And in our culture today, we clearly accept the fact that people do like to get intoxicated. They use alcohol for recreational purposes, to celebrate, to elevate mood, to relieve stress and anxiety. And those are really the same reasons many Americans and people around the world choose to use marijuana. Of course, many also use marijuana for medical purposes. So we see these two substances, they're both intoxicants, and they're both used for generally the same purpose. Yet marijuana is far safer than alcohol with regards to its toxicity, its levels of addiction, the types of problems that it contributes to. We don't see the serious problems associated with marijuana that we do with alcohol, like domestic violence and sexual assault and date rape, property damage, rioting, and of course overdose deaths and long-term diseases and health problems. So we have simply started this debate and this public discussion about why we have laws that steer people away from using marijuana and towards drinking, when drinking actually causes far more problems in our society.
You have seen that, though, that with our current laws, that it does in fact drive teens and such more to alcohol?
Everyone, you know. Obviously, we've got laws that make criminals out of individuals who choose to use marijuana. They face criminal penalties and other legal sanctions. They face the loss of employment. They face the possibility of losing federal financial aid if they're a college student. They might not be able to adopt a child or carry a gun. There's a lot of rights and freedoms that people lose as a result of being caught possessing or growing or distributing marijuana. And they don't face such serious problems or serious consequences with regards to alcohol use and possession. So the overall effect of this is to suggest that alcohol is more acceptable in our culture when in fact it's more dangerous. And the fact that we have sporting arenas that are called Smirnoff Arena, Coors Field, the fact that we have every political official in this country has probably held an event where alcohol was served so that they could raise some money for their campaign. Clearly we have come to accept alcohol in our culture, and there's really no reason why we shouldn't also allow adults to make the choice to use a less harmful substance in marijuana.
Tell me, Mace, how's this book been received?
That's been going great. You know, the book, it not only presents all the evidence and all the science and the facts behind the relative safety of marijuana compared to alcohol, but it also explains how we can talk about marijuana in a much more compelling fashion, so that we can start getting people to think about marijuana not as a drug that is illicit or illegal, but as another substance that millions of people use because they enjoy, much like drinking. And once we get people talking about marijuana as a substance that's safer than alcohol, and that becomes just commonly known and accepted, we're going to start to see support for marijuana prohibition crumble, because obviously this is a country that does not support alcohol prohibition. We tried that. It failed miserably, and everyone knows that. And once they come to accept that marijuana is actually safer, they will come to realize that the negative implications of prohibition of marijuana are far more harmful than marijuana itself, and it's time to change the way we handle it.
Sounds excellent, sir. Thanks very much, Mace. It sounds like we covered everything, huh?
Hey, it's good for me. Whatever you tell me. I'm sweating. Ugh, it's Arizona. I'm not used to this whole humidity thing.
Well, thanks, Mason. I really appreciate it.
If you want to talk